I'm about to tell you exactly what you need to do in your first 30 days as a real estate agent to make sure you start making money as soon as possible. And that's coming up right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Freedom Agents. My name is Marc Brenner and this YouTube channel is all about helping you close more deals. Today, I am going to give you the blueprint. If you're just getting into real estate or you're rededicating yourself, this is a 30-day blueprint to make sure you are taking the right actions to start making money as soon as possible. Now, in my experience as an agent and coaching agents, the number one reason I see agents fail is that they're focused on the wrong activities. They are unaware of the things that they should be doing, and they spend their time doing a bunch of time-wasting activities that are not causing their phone to ring. So especially if you're getting into real estate for the first time, there are a bunch of things that you need to be doing, and there's a lot of things that you need to learn. But there really are only a few core activities that before you lay down your head at night, you need to make sure you get it done so that you can feel good about yourself and accomplished. And honestly, these tasks that I'm about to share with you are the ones that most agents are not focused on. Now, I talk about this a lot in my other videos, so I'm not going to rehash it completely, but there is a lot of busy work in this industry. Things like going to trainings, going to lender lunches, getting certifications, setting up a website, an email signature. All of the tasks that I just mentioned are not inherently bad, but they are not the tasks that are going to help you start to generate business. So let's get right into what will help you generate business. Your 30-day template for how to be successful as a new real estate agent or an agent who wants to sell more homes. Now, I've got some really good news for you. There are only 4 items on my list, and I am only suggesting you allocate 4 hours a day, 5 days a week for these items. So this is very attainable. I'm all about simplicity, and I don't want you to be overwhelmed by having to do 80 different things and go crazy and do all these wild tasks. You're gonna burn out. You're not gonna be able to do it consistently. So this should really help your mindset if you're thinking about it the right way, because if you can, for 4 hours a day, focus on these 4 tasks, you are drastically reducing the chances that you are not going to succeed in this industry. And this is really all you have to do. Spend a total of 4 hours each day, focused 1 hour on each of these tasks, and the rest of the day is yours. If you want to continue work and create a website or work on your branding or marketing, that's fine. If you want to take the day off, spend it with your family, guess what? You already did your most important money-making activities. All that being said, what are those 4 activities that you need to spend 1 hour each, focus on each day? The first one is labeled CRM, your client relationship management tool. Most brokerages provide this for you. If your broker doesn't, you can find a free one, you can sign up for one, or you can use an Excel spreadsheet. Highly encourage you, do not spend hours trying to find the perfect CRM. They're all kind of the same, and it's really not about the quality of the CRM, it's about getting the one that you will use. Now, in order to motivate you to spend 1 hour a day every day during the week in your CRM, I need you to understand what the importance is. You are a salesperson, okay? You are not an employee of your broker. You own your own business now, and you are a salesperson. And regardless of the industry that you're in, for a salesperson, the Rolodex is one of the most important things in their life. And your CRM is your Rolodex. Now, what is a Rolodex? It's information, right? We all know how valuable information is to so many different companies. Your Rolodex in real estate is people that you know in your area that would pick up the phone from you and all the information that you have about them. Whatever you have, their name, phone number, email address, physical address if you have it, birthdays and anniversaries, even better, and whatever personal notes that will help you remember this person and create deeper relationships with them. I really want you to look at this like your craft. You can't put too much information in the CRM. And the more contacts with more information that you have in the CRM, the more valuable your business is. Think about it. If you're thinking long-term and you ever want to go to sell your real estate business, what are you actually selling, right? You might have a physical location, you might have a logo or a company name, but really what the value is in your Rolodex, that information of clients that you have worked with in the past, so that the new owner can continue to market these people and generate business from them. So the CRM is the engine of your business. It's your Rolodex. It's really the heart of your business. I can't encourage you enough. Spend 1 hour a day on and in your CRM, and you'll notice it's the only one of these 4 activities that's not necessarily in and of itself a lead generating activity, okay? Now, when you're in your CRM, you can be making calls. You're going to use your CRM to make calls, but of course, I'm all about lead generation. Most of the tasks we're going to talk about are going to be centered around lead generation, but your CRM is really your North Star in letting you know who you need to reach out to for that day and to have effective conversations and to give gifts, right? You start out sending handwritten anniversary cards or birthday notes. You send out gifts for important milestones. You start remembering people's birthdays. This is how you really foster deep connections, and this is what's going to really help you generate referrals from people who you're deepening relationships with. So if you get nothing else during your day, one of the 4 things you must get done is spend 1 hour in your CRM. I would challenge you to add 5 names a day, 5 days a week, for 30 days. So at the end of that 30 days, you should have about 100 people in your CRM. Now listen, don't overthink this. Just do it, okay? Should you put them in? Should you not put them in? If they would pick up the phone from you and they're in your area, put them in. If you don't have all the information, put in what you have. This is a living, breathing document, so it does not have to be perfect. All right, number 2, I have content for 1 hour every day, 5 days a week. You have to be creating content. Now, this is broad strokes. I have detailed videos about how to create YouTube videos, about how to create TikTok videos that produce sales. And if you're new to producing content and you don't feel confident in it, this hour is probably, at least at the start, going to be spent increasing your skills. Maybe you're doing some research. You got to pick what platforms you're going to focus on. Although I say without exception, you should be doing Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also do TikTok. My personal favorites are YouTube and TikTok. But not only is content one of the best ways to stay top of mind for your sphere of influence, like the people who actually know you on Facebook, when you put content on a platform like YouTube, it's one of the best ways for strangers to reach out to you and find you if you produce high quality content that's optimized the right way. Now, again, what kind of content should you make? I have an entire video about this, so make sure you watch that. You should not be making content about being a real estate agent. You do not need to be making content about the escrow process or the appraisal process or interest rates or negotiations or most of the content you see these days from realtors is about being a realtor. And honestly, consumers are not interested in that. They're interested in what neighborhood is going to be a best fit for them and their family. What kind of events are going on in the city? What's it like to live in the city that they might be moving to? What kind of home can they afford on their budget in which area? What are the amenities? Talk a little bit about the schools. What are the crime statistics? Of course, you got to be careful with how you present this information so that you don't break any fair housing laws, but it's not that hard. You refer to government statistics and you don't ever discourage anyone from living anywhere, but that doesn't mean you can't provide valuable information that people are actually looking for. So there's a lot here. I could spend multiple videos just talking about content, what you should be doing, but again, keep this simple. 1 hour a day, you're focused on content. Let's look at where you are on the platforms. Let's create a goal for how much you want to post and create. And let's look at what kind of content we're going to create. And if we're nervous about speaking in front of a camera, we're going to practice speaking in front of a camera until you develop that skill. One thing I always say to people who say, "Oh, I'm not good on camera," why would you be good on camera? Being good on camera is a skill like any other skill, like negotiating. You're not going to be good at it until you get some reps. Now, the good thing about being in front of camera is that you can have as many reps as you want and not post it anywhere. So there's really no risk of embarrassment. So these are skills that you have to develop over time. And then, of course, eventually you'll be posting consistently. Your content will improve. This will develop over time. But just keep it simple. 1 hour a day is going to be spent in your CRM, in your Rolodex, adding names, adding information, thinking about who you're going to reach out to, who you're going to send cards and gifts to. Your next hour is going to be spent content creation. The platforms, the content, what kind of stuff I want to post. Maybe I'm looking at who to hire for an editor. You're focused on content creation and the content portion of your business. All right, the third hour is probably going to be the toughest for most of you, and it's calls. You've got to pick up your phone. Listen, I hate to be the one to break this to you, but if you're a realtor, you are a salesperson. And if you're a salesperson trying not to pick up your phone, it's almost impossible for you to succeed in any sales industry. So again, this is a very broad topic. I wrote calls. Well, who do I call? When do I call? What do I say? Look, I get it. Honestly, I'm more concerned with creating the structure and executing this stuff every day than I am you doing it perfectly. So who do you call? Anyone that'll pick up the phone, right? If you're like me, you weren't used to making calls at first. It felt a little awkward. You do absolutely not have to call people and ask them if they know anyone who is looking to buy or sell real estate. You can do that eventually, but I wouldn't recommend you do it until you deepen a relationship a little bit more. So just get in the habit of calling people. You're in the relationship business. Call your friends. Make it easy for yourself, especially the first few days, to get you in the habit. Call your family. Call your friends. I'm sure a lot of people would be happy to hear from you. And honestly, they're probably going to ask you about real estate knowing that you've just gotten into this career or that you've been in it for a while. So you don't need any ulterior motives. You don't even really need a script. I just want you to spend 1 hour a day making calls. Now, I understand some of you may not have enough people to call. Well, you can go on Zillow right now and look at the for sale by owner listings and start calling those people. Ask what they're looking for. This is more about developing skills than it is perfect execution. Just like the skill of being good in front of the camera is incredibly valuable for a salesperson, the skill of talking with people on the phone and overcoming that fear and really getting good in what you're trying to say and providing people value is a skill that you'll take with you forever. Now, as you're in your CRM every day and you're adding people, as you're out there meeting people, adding their names to the CRM, you should have more and more people to call. You can also use this time to call expired listings and for sale by owners, like I said. You could also do circle prospecting like Ricky Carruth does. Now, some of this stuff requires spending a little bit of money so that you can get the information to make these calls. Maybe you buy a triple line dialer. That's all fine. I'm just encouraging you to spend 1 hour a day on your phone. Again, you are a salesperson. This is a skill that you've got to develop. And if you're really having trouble with this, one mindset shift that I like to use is, I could be out digging ditches right now. I could be at a cubicle staring at the clock, waiting for it to become 5:30 so I can leave. And I did that for a while. Yes, this work can be difficult in the sense that you might feel embarrassed or you might feel silly or stupid or like you're bothering people. But you have an opportunity to make a lot of money without doing back-breaking labor, without working for someone else for a piddly raise every year. You really have an opportunity here to make a lot of money, own your own business, and have your own thing, your own freedom. So I hope that mindset shift helps you push through when you really don't want to make this calls. This is what the difference is between people who fail and fizzle out and go back to their day jobs and people who really thrive in real estate and take it to that next level. All right, the fourth and final thing that you need to be doing every single day, and if you're not doing it, you need to be creating your plans around doing it, is socialize. Listen, again, you are a salesperson, you've got to socialize. And I say this as an extreme introvert. You can do it. So I realize you might not practically be able to do some kind of social event every single day. You can spend this time planning for social events that you want to do. But when I say social events, this has a broad definition. You need a hobby and preferably hobbies, okay? This is the best place to start. Do you work out? If you needed an excuse to work out outside of getting healthy and feeling good about yourself, this is one of the best ones you can get, okay? For instance, I train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at a gym. I've been there for many years. Some of my first deals came from the relationships at that gym. And I honestly closed like 3 to 6 deals at least a year just from that one gym. Okay, so this could be a CrossFit gym. This could be any hobby group. And I've said this before. This could be your church groups. This could be a knitting club. This could be only do what you're interested in. Okay, I don't want you to sign up for something that you have no interest in. I want you to think about what you're naturally interested in. And this is a great excuse to, if you're not already, joining some kind of club or group. But these things are some of the fastest ways. These are where your first pieces of business are going to come from. Any socialization, any place that you gather consistently with other people, that's a barrier that's been broken down. These people are eventually going to know you're in real estate. They're going to already kind of trust you because they're familiar with you. Okay, we always talk about know, like, and trust. I want to point out that trust is not that hard to achieve. People are very wary of strangers and corporations and companies. It really only takes a little bit of familiarity to create trust, whether it's warranted or not. That's the truth. So you need to socialize. You need to consistently be in groups of people with other people. Yes, in person. I guess Zoom could potentially cut it, but it really needs to be in person. I'm not saying you need 8 different hobbies. I think 2 is a really solid number. Okay, you can have some sort of fitness related hobby, and then you can have some sort of hobby, right? You can do CrossFit and a knitting club or whatever, Bible study, whatever. I mean, I could list 1,000 different things that you could do. Do whatever interests you. And I think at least 2 hobbies will take a lot of your time. And these are all people that you will add into your CRM. And then eventually you'll call them. Eventually you'll help them buy or sell a house, and they'll be a past client. And then you'll start sending them gifts for their anniversary or birthdays or kids' special events, right? This is how salespeople develop their craft and develop relationships and get referrals over time. So that's it, y'all. If you could do these 4 things for 1 hour each day, only 5 days a week for your 30 days, you are really giving yourself every chance possible to be in the positive statistics, to be successful. I think if you can do this for 30 days and continue to do it for at least 3 months, you are absolutely going to close deals, multiple deals probably, within the first 6 months. I think you should have a great first year doing this, making, at least $50,000, $60,000. And again, this is a marathon, not a sprint. If you can do this stuff consistently for 8 months, a year, you are going to be making more money than you ever thought possible. But you got to do the right work. You can't spend all your time dicking around, making a website, getting a buyer specialist certification. I mean, there's just so many tasks in this industry that are not inherently bad, but they are not going to get your phone to ring, okay? So there you have it. 1 hour a day in your CRM, creating content, picking up your phone, and socializing. If you can do that for 30 days, I would bet any amount of money you are going to succeed in this industry. The challenge is, can you do it consistently? Can you do it when you're not seeing results yet? And can you do it when you don't want to be doing it? When you're tired, you don't want to put yourself out there. That's what makes the difference between the 87% who fail in the first 5 years and the 20% of agents who make 80% of the commission. So your first 30 days as a new real estate agent, I really hope that provided you value. If you're interested in learning more about eXp Realty and potentially having me as your sponsor, you can book a Zoom call with me using the link in the description below. I would love to partner with you. Until my next video, I'll see you next time.